And so if he's going to join a religion, he's going to join Islam because it's the only one that's going to survive feminism and LGBTQ issues and so on. Notice there's nothing in Andrew Tate's conversion that has anything to do with Muhammad being a true prophet because X, Y, and Z. Tate converted because he's worried about how quickly the world is changing, and he thinks that Islam is the only thing that can protect him from all the change. So, what's actually going on here? Again, what happens when people feel threatened, feel like they're in danger, feel like they're being targeted? They start looking for someone or something that's going to protect them. That's why the tater tots turned to Andrew Tate. But Andrew Tate just did the exact same thing with Islam. He became a Muslim because he thinks that Islam is going to protect him from all the things that are scaring him about the world. So the tater is worried that women are out of control and that the world is degenerating. What's going to protect him? Islam. Did he convert to Islam because it's true? No. Islam, to him, is a means of social control. He's running to Islam for protection from a scary world, just like a young man who runs to Hustlers University for protection from a scary world. This is the most pathetic conversion story I've ever heard. Islam, can you protect me from women who don't do what I say and from all the gay people? Pathetic. So, how is this guy being paraded around the internet as the latest proof that Islam is true? He's being paraded around the internet because Muslims are so desperate to find some sort of confirmation for their religion in the midst of the avalanche of apostasy that they'll cling to anything. They'll cling to a guy who made his fortune by having women shake it in front of webcams for guys who were jerking off in front of their laptops. They'll cling to Andrew Tate, not realizing that all he's going to do is speed up the avalanche. What a religion. This really makes me want to sign up for Hustlers University so I, too, can learn to be an insecure little control freak who runs to Islam to protect me from girls talking back to me. Well, that's my take on the tater, but we're not done. Because my friend John McCrae also went through the tater's story, and believe it or not, John found some problems. Be sure to check it out.
What does Christian mean? Like, who's not a Christian? You go to Christian nations and everyone says they're a Christian. Look how they live their lives. Go into the average church. Is anyone actually fearful of God? Anybody? No, the girls are out on Saturday night drinking and then they turn up to church because their parents made them.
Now, this is interesting. This sounds like a common Islamic caricature of Christian churches. And notice hijab sitting there agreeing with everything the tater says. Churches are filled with sluts. And all they do is sit around getting drunk and high and banging a bunch of guys. And then they go to church. My church isn't like that at all. My last church wasn't like that at all. My church before that wasn't like that at all. Maybe there are churches like that, but I've never been to one. And yet, according to the webcam king and his new part-time stripper bestie, it's okay to completely generalize churches in this way. You Muslims who are watching, let me ask you this. If you were watching an interview between a Christian preacher and a former Muslim who had just converted to Christianity, and the former Muslim said, I left Islam because Christianity is the only religion left in the world. Islam is dead because the mosques are filled with terrorists. All they do in mosques is sit around learning to build bombs and plotting the next attack. It's all they do there. If you saw that, would you think that the former Muslim had any integrity whatsoever? Would you think that his generalization was okay? Wouldn't you be thinking to yourself, what's this lunatic talking about? We're not building bombs in my mosque. Now, are there lots of Christians who don't take Christianity very seriously and so they don't try to follow Jesus? Yes. And there are Christians who take Christianity very seriously and dedicate their lives to following Jesus. Are there lots of Muslims who don't take Islam very seriously and so they don't try to follow Muhammad? Yes. And there are Muslims who take Islam very seriously and dedicate their lives to following Muhammad. Every religion has a spectrum of followers. So, talking to the Muslims who are watching, why is it that when you look at any other religion, you point to the people who aren't following it and you say, see, that's the religion. But when we look at Islam, we're only supposed to look at the absolute best Muslims if we want to know about the religion. Why do you cheer when people apply ridiculous generalizations to every religion but yours? Is that the only way to make you feel good about your religion? But the Tater's got more. The great webcam guru and Hustlers University professor says that Islam reflects his personal values.